I'd like to know what law or statute allows us to act as a legislative body while violating our bylaws.
But your assessment of violating the bylaws is not necessarily shared by all of us.
I understand that.
Thank you.
I do believe it's in the best interest of the community to hear that we are governed by Robert's Rules of Order. And in Robert's Rules of Order, when we are in violation of our bylaws, every decision we have is rendered null and void.
And that would be certainly something that somebody can determine at a later date if it may be rendered. So from that point on, I want to go back to PROC, because if you're right, then someone may be able to do that. For now, we're going to deal with the PROC. And if there's a controversy or somebody wants to contest what we do, that's something that can happen at a later date. So do you have any questions regarding the PROC presentation from staff?
Yes, I do.
No, it'll create.
You know, I would rather hear whatever the county attorney's opinion is on this, rather than to listen to Victoria, who I don't believe has a law degree and is just
You have some
spouting
sort of
all
legal
stuff.
filing.
So I'd like to go on with this. This is
Yeah,
just
so
crazy.
To address, Victoria, to address your concerns, they all may be legitimate, but you sent this to us 5 minutes ago. So you really haven't given anybody, you haven't given anybody the chance to even review
Me?
it.
Okay, point of order then. Point of order that we are breaking our bylaws right now.
Okay,
Right.
and it may, everything we may, that here may be in violation of that, and we're gonna still move forward. If someone so determines that our, whatever we do tonight can be rescinded, that'll happen at a later date. So I wanna move forward.
You
We
can't
would need
then.
an attorney to weigh in on what you're.
Or we can just
talking
read the
about, because
laws.
you're-
and
So what
research
are you
about this kind
recommending
of
right
stuff.
now? What are you proposing that happen?
I recommend that we follow Robert's Rules of Order and we discuss the violations that are in place right now, as is our dutiful job.
I'm not saying-
being on this commission.
I'm not saying I'm with you or against you.
To apply for.
This is obviously land use code. This is,
This is law.
this is
the
a
fact
key
that we
land
are
use
breaking the
code.
law.
People are mad. You're
No.
obviously with
What?
them.
No,
But
Steve.
what
need to move
what
on with
is
your
that, are we not abiding by our bylaws, you know?
So there are a couple different ways we're not abiding. Okay, so firstly,
Okay.
when we selected Tom Kay as chairman, that was a violation of the laws.
We're gonna take a 10-minute break.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna take a 10-minute break.
Thank you.
Prox, stay where you are. We're just gonna take 10 minutes.
I haven't heard anything of what specifically is being violated in the
What's
bylaws.
violated?
So there are two things. Your term as chair has expired and therefore, and again, I wasn't educated the first meeting that I had here and I was told that we can make an amendment and it's a friendly amendment to vote you in. That's incorrect. So it was a violation of our bylaws. Secondly, the only people that are allowed to serve on this board are members who reside in unincorporated Delta County. So the people that don't reside outside of city limits are breaking our bylaws.
Okay, so can we separate those two out? Because
Yes.
the incorporated versus unincorporated, to me, is a legal opinion. I'm not sure your legal opinion will suffice to answer that right now. Your objection to the way we elected a chairman can be resolved right now if I will step down as chair. Is that fair? Is that fair? Will that address your problem?
If you
If
step
I step
down as
down right
chair,
now,
that section of the inquiry and that section of our illegality is solved.
okay. So if I do that, can we proceed with the proc hearing?
Then I think we move this thing forward and this stuff could be taken up in court later. Get an attorney and get with the county
Victoria,
attorney.
would you
and
let
we can
someone
get
else take
a settlement?
have the floor for just a second? Go ahead, Kate.
Victoria, I think we're at kind of an impasse. We've heard your opinion on whether this meeting should go on tonight. We've heard that you don't feel comfortable acting or you don't feel ethical with the proceedings to continue based on your assessment of the legal standing. That is not the opinion of everyone in this room. You can make a motion to end tonight's hearing or table it again. You can make a motion to change the order of the agenda. Or you can choose to not vote on these matters because you don't feel like you want to be represented in what's happening. But you need to make a motion. You need to make a suggestion. Okay, so what is your?
What's the
My
motion?
What is your
motion is that I have a point of information that I'm looking for. That is a motion. It's a secondary incidental motion. And if you would like me.
But so I
We don't
think
have
the chair,
information,
I think
we
the chair
can't
has
continue on
answered your.
legally.
So for us to
This must
accept the
be dealt
motion, we
with.
need a second. isn't
No,
it?
you don't. So in
Oh.
Robert's Rules of Order, this
So
action
how are you,
does not.
what are
need
you
a second.
looking, how are you looking to proceed? Are you
How
looking for the
looking-
meeting to end
It's for
tonight?
us to talk honestly about, are we following the laws here?
I'll also add, the planning commission is not obligated to have bylaws. So that's something that you may also want to be thinking about. If either you want to amend your bylaws.
Okay.
Obviously, one thing relative to the membership is not consistent with statute. So that would be one thing. And then if you wanted to have a different conversation about how the chair or vice chair elections work, you could have that conversation as well, provided it's consistent with statute.